Hey beautiful friends, welcome into my channel. My name is Jackie Alves, and today I'm so excited to talk to you about some crease-proof makeup tips and tricks that are really gonna help you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, but check this out. I'm gonna be using that Laura Geller Spackle Mist today, the one that has electrolytes in it. I'm also gonna be partnering my e.l.f. Correcting Concealer, this peach concealer, with a really bright, beautiful liquid concealer under my eyes, and I'm gonna show you ways to not only keep it from creasing as bad, but to help it last longer and look luminous. So you guys stick around. I can't wait to show you these tips and tricks. Okay, so let's get started with this crease-proof makeup jazz I'm gonna talk about. It's actually the fourth take of me trying to say that. Crease-proof jazz, because crease-proof makeup jazz. It's not easy to say when you have false teeth. I'm just saying. So I started with lightweight moisturizer today. Super lightweight. I used the Jafra Royal Longevity Balm today. It's not as rich as the cream that I use at night. And I don't use this lightweight balm every single day, but when I want a long wear look that's gonna be crease-proof and still be a little luminous, I know I want to keep that moisturizer lightweight. That's part of the crease-proof techniques. You guys, you don't want to get too much moisture going on, because then that's going to cause everything to just be extra creamy and slide around. It's going to crease. Okay, so lightweight is our friend today. Already got that on, and I've got a couple of different serums, of course my SPF product that I wear sometimes, and now I'm going to use a facial serum. So this really helps with crease proof, luminous, beautiful. This is that BioLab face serum I'm always talking about that I like to mix with my foundation. This is a lactic acid serum. So I'm going to take some and put it on the back of my hand, and now I'm going to take a long wear foundation, shake it up, take foundation, shake it up. I couldn't help it. I just had some Def Leppard music working in my head and I could not resist. Now I'm gonna take just a good old foundation brush. This is a nice, really kind of dense one. It works really well. Let me grab a nice, not magnifying mirror. And I've got a good amount of foundation here on my brush. I'm gonna start right in the middle, but this has a good amount of that lactic acid serum mixed right into it. I'm just gonna go right around my lips. Normally I go on my lips, but I got lipstick on right now. I'm just gonna work right around it, right through the middle, get some more on my brush. Now you guys, the reason I like to mix my foundation, if it's a long wear foundation like that, and if it's matte, I really like to put that lactic acid serum into it because it keeps it looking luminous, and it really does help with the creasing. It's really weird. I've had clients and friends ask me, like, how does that work with lactic acid serum? How is it not like exfoliating it and looking weird? And I will tell you what I have told them. I don't know, because lactic acid typically is a little exfoliating. But there's something about this particular serum, you guys, that just looks beautiful mixed in with foundation. It just does. I'm gonna grab a little bit more and do my forehead and definitely the eyelids, because you're gonna set and prime those. I'm gonna go to a little bit fluffier foundation brush now. I like that slanted one because I can get like in the nose cracks. I call them the nose cracks. But I'm just gonna swap over to this fluffier one right now for this larger area. I like to keep it lightweight on my forehead. So that's another thing about crease proof. If you don't need a lot of coverage, say you don't have a lot of discoloration on the forehead, you don't have any spots you wanna cover, keep it really lightweight and more balancing, because if you've got less product, guess what? There's less to crease, right? So a little bit on the eyelids, to even out that skin tone, and just a really light buffing under the eyes. I'm not putting a bunch of product there because we're gonna go back with an eye cream, a concealer, a serum. I'm gonna show you a couple of different concealers. I'm even gonna use a color corrector today. So I'm gonna show you some really great tips to use multiple products and keep them crease proof. Let's move along. Now I've got liquid foundation on, and I just want to put a lightweight dusting of a good powder. I don't want to set it in and stack up powder under my eyes or even on my forehead, because, you know, I'll get some creases there. but I want to keep it lightweight and almost just dry down the foundation. Now, not every powder it was created equal for this particular job. So, you know, we've got good translucent loose powder, but as you can see, it's got a little bit of color to it. It's like a vanilla shade. And this is really great for stacking. You know, you can bake with it, you can add layers, you can add coverage with a powder like this. Usually colored powders will add coverage as well. But this one I got from Graftobian. This is a professional brand. Most of the time makeup artists just use this. But I want to tell you, NYX and Elf have a really great silicone-based studio type, you know, photography type translucent powder that's white like this. And it's sometimes it would be known as an HD powder. The thing is, it's ground up very fine, very tiny particles. And what happens is when you just use a little bit of it, it just helps dry down that foundation so that you're not, I don't want you to pack a bunch of powder on top of it, where it's almost like we're just sealing the foundation. Just really, really light. What's going on here is we're going to keep it from creasing because the powder will dry it down. But this is so lightweight, it won't get into the creases and add coverage and add product with such large particles that a different type powder would have. And then in sort of drying it down a little bit, you can go ahead and pop on your powder contour and blushes and all that, because it's easier when it's dried down, because then the powder will sit on it really pretty. If you have really wet cream or liquid and you go with your blush, it's gonna be a big blob right there and you're gonna have to work harder at blending it out and you start removing products. So this way, it's just created a nice like velvety, ready to bronze type of finish for you. So I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of bronzing, some blush, and then we're gonna come back and talk more about being crease proof. All right, so when trying to stay crease proof, I definitely don't want to add cream on cream because that's just more cream that's going to get in your cracks and, you know, kind of stick around in places you don't want it. So I really like to stick with powder and keep everything really nice and, again, dried down. Okay, I'm going to pop in here with a blush. You know what? I'm going to stick with a powder blush, but I want to use this really great bronze shade. I do like a good pink, but I'm gonna use a little bit of a bronze today. It's got kind of a rose gold feel to it anyway, so we're good. It's not super brown. Okay, I like it. It looks pretty. Let's talk about some eyeshadow. Now, these new formulas that are getting really popular are like talc-free, much smoother formula. And I've got one for you today. This is brand new. It's the Jafra Color Passion Glam Romance Palette. And this is one of those like really silky formulas, really easy to work with. So many stinking choices here, you guys. I'm gonna show you a beautiful kind of soft glam, of course, with this, but a really easy application. So I'm gonna start with the pink shade right here. It's a really light pink. And like I said, it's that talc-free formula, so it's very smooth and it doesn't crease as easily as some eyeshadows. So I'm just gonna start on the bottom and gently bring it up to the top. I don't want a whole bunch of this pink. I just want it to be almost like my base color. Really, really light. Okay, so the whole entire eyelid gets the pink and I've already got powder on top of there. So now it's set and ready to receive more powder eyeshadows, and it's not going to crease as bad because I used a lightweight moisturizer, a lightweight eye cream, all of those things. And now I'm just lightly gonna put a veil of the eyeshadow. Now this crease proof formula is really nice. I'm gonna use the cranberry shade. This crease proof formula is really nice because it's easy to work with. It'll just blend easier than some of those really super high pigment, like professional eyeshadows. So I'm just keeping it darker on the outer corner. So I've done a pink and a cranberry so far. And look how pretty and bright it gets, but look how smooth. Like it's blending really well. So also with blending it, buffing it, that's going to keep your eyeshadow from creasing. So remember, we're not just talking about creases under our eyes. We get so obsessed with under here, but don't forget about above there, right? You don't want your eyeshadow to crease or look greasy. You want it to be a nice soft transition. That looks so pretty already. I could get away with just this and some eyeliner, but I am gonna go a little bit deeper. And I wanted to show you the brown, but I wear brown all the time. So you know what, I'm gonna freak you out and surprise you and use this deep plum shade. It's really beautiful. I'm gonna use a smaller crease brush here, but it's really a smoky plum too. So I'm just being really easy with it because I don't wanna get out of control right now. Oh, I still had a little bit of lash glue stuck on my eyelash right there. That's funny. Do you guys ever do that if you wear false lashes? Do you ever wind up with lash glue still there hanging around and it's just because you didn't see it? Welcome to my world of less than perfect vision. I'll be your host today. All right, and you know what? It's actually later in the day right now than when I normally do videos for you. Technically, you won't be watching this on the day that I make it, but it's Black Friday today. And I actually had a wedding today, this morning. We already had a huge wedding in here, 9 women, beautiful bride and all her bridesmaids. And it got a little crazy for a minute. She was wonderful and super gracious, but some of the others that were being included were a little wacky. All right, I'm gonna go back to that crease brush and take the cranberry again and just blend it back in a little bit and help it transition a little softer. Look at that. Ooh, girl. Dang, that is smoky. Smoky! I love it. So yeah, my bride this morning, super gracious, but she had some crazy sauce going on here and a really weird photographer that I don't want to say too much about because I know he's a friend of their family, but oh, he was something else. I was like, get out of my space. He was in my grill. I was trying to keep the wedding on time because I always worry about my brides freaking out if they're going to be late. And I'm like, you know, trying to keep the schedule. And he said, oh, you're quite the taskmaster. He said that a couple of times. And I was like, yeah, I have a tight schedule. But then when he said it again, I wanted to say, like, I got your taskmaster right here. Like, I wanted to say something to him. I never would, of course. But I really wanted to say something. But then when I thought about it, I thought, don't say taskmaster right here. Don't say that too fast because I would spit my teeth out. I mean, you guys know about the false teeth issues. All right, that looks beautiful. So yeah, I wound up not saying anything to him, and I was very gracious too, as much as I could be. But you know how it is in this beauty bar. I just feel like this is my home, and he was in my home. He was in my grill. I handled it very well, you guys. You would be proud of me. All right, now transitioning it with the cranberry again, just like I did on the other side. God, this is a great palette. I hope you guys try this palette. It's on sale right now, and it will be in the month of December as well. It's like only 30 bucks. The link's in the description, you guys grab it. I'm serious, you'll love it. There's a lot of great shades to choose from. Even like a cream and a brown. And don't let the orange freak you out. It's just like a nice warm, like a peachy orange when it goes on. There's even a glitter in the middle if you like glitter that goes with any of these shades, but I'm gonna get in here with this really light shimmer here and put it on my inner corner just to pop it out. And it's really easy to work with, again, because of that formula. You know, I feel like you don't have to be like expert level with these types of formulas because they're just really smooth. They blend well. Oh, they blend all right. All right. I feel like this side's darker, so I'm gonna deepen it up a little bit. I'm gonna slap a liner on this and I'll see you in a minute. All right, for liner on bottom, just using that smoky plum shade It's so deep with that tiny brush, because this is going to be crease proof. If you use an eyeshadow on bottom instead of an eyeliner, that will help so much with creasing. It won't run or smudge as much. And if you still love an actual pencil liner on bottom because you want that extra definition, just go over it with a powder. It'll help set it in, just like we were setting our foundation with powder. Same principle with your eyeshadow. Okay, I used just a little bit of a pencil liner to create the fat triangle wing, darkened up my brows, and I already have mascara on, but I want to add a second layer, so I'm going to use my favorite Lift and Lengthen Lennie from Red Aspen, and just get in to my root. And this is the one I already used today, so I know that I can put a second coat on without it getting outrageous. Just kind of hitting the tips again in case I got like foundation or powder, whatever, on them. Bringing them back to life, because I also don't want to use a false lash today. I'm really happy with how my lashes look right now. I don't feel like I need that extra. Also because it's Black Friday and we're just going shopping. I'm not going to do all the traditional Black Friday shopping either. Just need to pick up a couple of things. And my husband's just curious to see if we can find a cheap TV, because he actually needs one. So we're not just gonna buy one because it's cheap. I noticed my mom did that a couple of times on Black Friday. I don't even think she needed an extra TV, but she was like, you can't refuse such a good deal. I was like, okay, whatever. All right, it's looking good. Something's going on over here, but I don't think it's that important. I'll get underneath. Okay, now let's talk about concealer. I'm gonna do color correcting and concealer, but if you're afraid you would get it in your lashes, you can do your bottom lashes later. You can omit bottom lashes too if you really want to, that's okay. But I know how to kind of avoid them, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my concealer now after putting mascara on those bottom lashes. Now, you know, I'm gonna use the Caffeine Eye Serum for under my eyes. I'm not going to put too much. I'm just gonna go in really gentle with it all by itself. I'm gonna mix it in with my concealer too, but you guys, I am a little dehydrated under the eyes. It's been a long day already. I told you I had a wedding today that we already did a lot of makeup for. So I need to pick me up first. So this isn't like from scratch makeup. If it was first thing in the morning and I was already like fresh skincare, fresh face, I could just mix the serum into my concealer, but I wanna start first with just a little extra. I wanna get in there and just revive my eyes. You guys, this feels so good. The Caffeine Eye Serum. Even if you don't like that product or you don't need anything right now, whatever eye serum you have, keep it nice and cold, because that really will be a good pick-me-up for under your eyes. Stay hydrated though, and use something like an eye serum, a face serum, something that's gonna bring moisture back to the skin. And I don't mean by adding something like oily or emollient. I mean something that's gonna make it look hydrated and plumped, and that's what's so great about that. And also that setting spray I'm gonna use. It literally has electrolytes in it, so I think you're gonna like that. Okay, I'm gonna get in here with a color corrector. I don't necessarily need this because I don't have darkness under my eyes today, but I still wanted to show you some tricks. Now this is the e.l.f. Correcting Concealer. It's the Peach Concealer. Really nice lightweight formula. It's not overly creamy because I hate stacking so many products under my eyes, but I really want to show you how to do this. So this is not my concealer. So I don't really care about coverage, right? Or like getting it perfect. This is just warming up under my eyes. I don't have to put a whole lot. Just a lightweight, almost like tinting under my eyes. Okay, remember, this is not your concealer. That step's coming up, so you don't have to get it so perfect. All right, now I can feel that it's pretty dry, and that's another thing I like about this particular concealer. It's not overly creamy, it's not super emollient. It will just dry really nice. Now I'm going to take my eye serum. You guys, this process I'm showing you is really helpful. I know it's a lot of steps, but if you struggle with concealer and you struggle with creasing and it's driving you crazy, it might be worth it to just take the couple of steps. Now, because I use something to warm me up under the eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and use this really light concealer. Usually I don't go this light, but I'm gonna bring this back up a level, what I did underneath. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use a smaller brush. I'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to take a minute to locate the perfect brush. You guys, this is Real Techniques, a little concealer brush. You can use whichever one you like. It's okay, you can use a fluffier one. You see me use a lot of different brushes, but I like this one for this particular method. So you can see I've got serum here, and I've got that light concealer. I'm taking just a very small amount of serum, not even the whole blob, because I got too much. And now I'm gonna go right here, and here, and here, and now just bring it all together. So super light, like I'm not making a big fat paint roller, but I like this one because it gets sharp and I can clean up my eyeshadow. Come on this side for you. Nice and sharp, but it's really lightweight and it's still wet because I added that eye serum into it. Now, if you were using a drier one, it was starting to dry right away. I say work faster, go quick, friend, go quick. Now I'm taking my bigger brush I was using earlier and just sweeping and patting. Easy up here though. That's how I avoid those bottom eyelashes. And I'm just sweeping really easy. I'm patting harder, yes, but the sweeps are really light feathers because I don't want to pull the product off that's underneath and start showing that color corrector either. I want to be careful. Now this patting and tapping motion, I can do a little bit harder. God, that looks good. I crack myself up when I like my makeup and I'm like, ah, it's so pretty. And it's pretty dry. I can still feel it and I'm doing this until it gets dry. Now what happens is that concealer, or I'm sorry, that serum that I used underneath is going to keep it luminous, and that caffeine serum just keeps it looking nice and healthy rather than like dry and matte, but it's also not super emollient like an eye cream. Now you can definitely use that if you prefer. If you feel like you're drier under the eyes and you've got to get that eye cream under there, you can mix that with your concealer. Now I definitely used eye cream this morning when I did my skincare, but this is, you know, while I'm doing the makeup is when I prefer to do a serum. Yeah. You guys, it looks really good. And I know, because I've been doing this a lot lately, this is going to last. This looks so much better later in the day than any other method. And I even stacked the color corrector in there. I usually don't do that because, you know, I'm like, don't put too much product, keep it lightweight. Now I'm gonna go right on top of this with my beautiful Rose Oro blush. Gonna knock over my whole entire camera just to grab a blush, but be okay. I'm gonna use the Rose Oro. You can see it's a little bit more peach because I'm just gonna bring this up a level here, stacking it right on top. Now I had a client today say, well, you just put the blush and then the concealer came into the blush. Now you have to add the blush back in. Why do you do that instead of waiting later to do the blush? And I said, it's such a great question. I'm so glad you asked. And that's because this winds up being a long wear technique. When you've got that blush already on, then you bring that concealer into it, then you back blend the blush, you've got a double stack there. So it's gonna last a little bit longer. And don't let anybody tell you you can't put liquid or cream on top of powder, because it's just not true. I don't know when we started saying that, but it's not the truth. You have to be careful, of course. You can't just start blobbing everything in there. And then I do like to go underneath with my blush to bring in some of that pretty color. So see, that stark white is not quite as stark anymore. right? It just blended pretty. Now this is just my fluffy foundation brush, the second one I used. Just want to make sure my blush didn't come too far down because I have such a long face, it's easy to do. Now, have you noticed I did not powder under my eyes? It drives some people crazy and they're like, I've got to set under my eyes. You know what, my friend, if that's something that you need to do to feel like your makeup's complete, it's okay, you can. Go ahead and do what you know is gonna work for your face. But I also wanna let you know you don't have to powder, especially if you're like me and you're dry under the eyes. I'm dry enough, I don't need to powder. However, if you do feel like you wanna set, and even you're still a little bit dry, but you're like, I wanna buff the product together, go back in with something like that high def, that HD powder. Remember I told you this one is really super lightweight. It's super fine. And I'm tapping that out a lot. So there's barely any product here. So you can just quickly dry it down if you want. Then you can hit the other areas. Say you're starting to crease on your forehead right here. You can go ahead and tap a little bit of that on. Even here, if you've got weird lines and wrinkles right here, you can go ahead and buff on that a little bit. Now, this looks really good. I just want to touch up my lips a little bit, so give me a quick minute. All right, I touched up my lips, and at this point, if you have erased any of your eyeshadow underneath or eyeliner that you did, maybe you got a little too much concealer there, you can just bring it back to life, just like we do the blush. Just take that little brush and back blend a little bit and bring that beautiful eyeshadow back to life that's underneath. Okay, now the Laura Geller setting spray, you guys, this one is the one that's called the Spackle spray and it's got electrolytes in it. Now, at first I was a little skeptical because I was like, what is the point of that? I swear they'll do anything to sell your product. But after I wore it for a little while, I recognized what's going on. It's kind of like the way that the under eye serum or the lactic acid serum just gives a luminous, like hydrated look. It actually does look really hydrated. So if you like a matte finish, this is not gonna be your friend, but I don't always like a matte finish. I like a beautiful, healthy look. So here we go. Oh, that smells good too. But I don't often wear so much setting spray either, but this is such a fine mist. You guys, it's crazy. You can barely even feel it. It's just like an air mist going on. And it dries really fast because it is such a fine mist. I really like it, but I think we're done. Okay. But I do want to talk about not just this product, but this company. So I have used some other Laura Geller products in the past, and like the powder foundation one, it's like a mineral foundation. And I really didn't have luck with this company because I felt like I got on a mailing list and I was getting the weirdest ads and just weird stuff. So I didn't order it from Instagram or TikTok. I went straight to the Laura Geller website and I didn't fill out any of the extra stuff to get any discounts, like 15% off, just give us your firstborn child or whatever they do. I just got the product and I've had better luck doing that because it was very frustrating to get so many ads just because I ordered one product. So let's take a look at this. Now you can see it just looks really natural. It's not overly matte. It doesn't feel like some of the really super matte long wear foundations make me feel like I sprayed dirt. Like it just feels like sandy or something weird. And this actually still feels nice and still looks hydrated, but without a shiny, like dewy finish look. You know, Elf has a new setting spray that's like the Power Grip, like the Power Grip primer, but it's a Power Grip setting spray. And it looks really nice, but I feel sticky when I use that one. And so I like this one that I don't, like it feels nice and soft and velvety. So my skin feels nice as well. All of the descriptions, you guys. Oh, I hope these videos help you because I have been a makeup artist for 33 years, you guys, and I put so much research and so much time into finding what works, not just on myself, but client after client here at the Beauty Bar. So these are all tips and tricks that I try with actual women who pay good money to get their makeup done here. So what I bring you is not just nonsense to be an influencer and tell you this great new thing that you'll try. It's actually tried and true things that I use on real women here. So I hope you're finding it helpful. All right, just did a quick teeth check and hair check to make sure I didn't have any sticking out all over the place, because that happens. So I hope you really like this look. I think it's really beautiful, and I had great luck with that setting spray and all the tricks that I showed you to help you prevent creasing. I really hope you give them a try, because I promise you, you're gonna love at least one or two out of the 17 things I showed you. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, you guys, here on my channel. Again, my name is Jackie Alves. I love you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our members only area that you can join for as little as $2.99 a month. Bye, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.